Oh, we're going full screen back?
Of course.
It's treason. Look at that. Look at oh my god, did you see that? I don't even know what that was.
I believe you will bring balance to the force.
Look at my nip that.
Do it.
That's $90 all day, right?
Like that, with that voice.
Rip into it.
That's perfect.
Don't forget, toymigos, they're not dolls. Every Thursday night, 8:15 p.m. Ho, ho, ho. Professional. I should have just played it off too. You would have never have known. But I'm not like that. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the show. It's another episode of the Fallen Fett Chronicles. Thank you so much for being here. You know what that means? It's Wednesday night and there is 27 other shows on right now. But you chose this one. So thank you. I greatly appreciate that. And the 15,000 people that are watching all right now. That's crazy. That's great. But I thank you guys. So it is Wednesday once again. How is everybody doing out there? I am exhausted, like literally exhausted still just from my weekend. I can't believe that it was Wednesday already. Like, I'm so glad that I lined up the guests way early this time and I didn't have to worry about it. And then Dario hit me up with the stuff and I even made the link early. So that really helped out. But I just want to know, how are you guys? I had an awesome weekend with the family. As you saw, it was Jacob's birthday, and that's my second. He is 21, and what a crazy party and time we had. It was so much fun. And then we immediately went to Disneyland. Not a regret, just crazy that I can't live that life no more, but yet my kids are literally probably went to bed after 2 and are texting at 6:30, are you on your way? I couldn't even deal. There was like no way. I'm too old for that crap, but it was a lot of fun and it was well worth it. We had a very cool Disney day, did so much stuff. And the most important thing was I got to spend time with my kids, which was great and amazing. And then work's been busy and we're getting hot. So yeah, there's that. I've gotten like nothing in this week, and I've really done nothing. Without Mando on, it felt weird last night and today, right? I mean, does everybody else feel that way? Because that's how I'm rolling right now. So let's get right into it. Speaking of, having a guest on and getting everything right away, and that there's 20 other shows on today, I was like, let's schedule somebody who's like 35,000 plus followers. And then maybe can get me like 2 more people added in. And I was like, who could I pick? Oh, I know. Let's have Customs by Machu on. And
hey, dude. How's it going?
I can see what happens. And hopefully my numbers just like fly up immediately during this whole show. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Matt?
Man. I'm good. How are you, Ernie?
Good. I'm all right. I'm all
Awesome.
right. Welcome to the
Awesome,
show.
man.
How are you?
Thank
How's
you.
your week? How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been an okay week. Work's been busy, and this week is kind of the first week where it's kind of chilled out a bit. So I've been able to, I don't want to say step away, but I've definitely been able to calm down a little bit, which is really nice. And I've been, as many of my followers know, I've been vacant. I haven't been on my Wednesday live streams as of late, just with life being busy as it has been. So yeah, it's nice to be on a Wednesday live stream, but like you said, now there's like a million different options for Wednesday. I'm
on
trying to
Wednesday.
think about how can I spin this to not do Wednesdays anymore? Because now there's just when we start, because I remember I started and then you started pretty much almost the same time as me.
Yeah.
And then there was nobody on Wednesdays.
No.
And then all of a sudden it's here's everyone.
And our timing was good too. And then it was
it was
here's
you
everyone.
And then Sarlacc and then me. I mean, there was overlap, but I mean
yeah, there's always overlap like that, but then all of a sudden, there's everybody, hey, I'm gonna do Wednesdays. Let's do Wednesday. Wednesday.
Monday? No, I don't know.
Yeah,
Monday's a hard one too because there's something. The thing is there's something every day. Which is
great for everybody.
I was just gonna say that as much as we can make jokes about how it's just so much. It's pretty fantastic to be able to have friends doing this every night and be able to just pop in kind of any night of the week, really, right? So
and you know what else either too is the community. We have a lot of the same community, and this is the reason why I love to have guests on, because then both of our communities grow. Not that I have a following or anything, but I know you have a following, but still it does grow. And it's when you do the replay crew is what everybody calls themselves, or hashtag replay crew or anything. That's amazing to me because I still have a lot of that during the week, which is awesome because
great.
Okay, so tonight I'm not going to watch Ernie. I'm going to watch this. You know what I'm saying? And then, but still I'll get the comment of, oh, replay crew, great show and everything. And I know you experience that as well too. And that's always what I love about this community. Yeah. We joke about it and everything, but everybody still supports, shares.
I was gonna say, even the content creators are supporting, right? It's Matthew and Jay Shot are on right now as well, right? And it's I watch their show. I mean, their show's too early for me to watch live. I usually can at least the timing of when I get home from work and stuff. I'm usually able to get home, and I'm very rarely am home early enough to catch you right when you start. But I usually jump in about 30 minutes in while I'm making dinner. I kind of have my phone leaned against the wall, and I'm just watching as you guys kind of go. But
that's exactly what I do with the same with everybody else too.
You jump in where you can, right? It's hard to be able to watch everything, but
and that's exactly it. Is you do when you can, and I don't know if so many people even know how important that is. I've had to learn all this stuff. The whole go ahead, give it a thumbs up, hey, subscribe, that's really something, or even the comments.
Yeah, but you're a great hype man. It's funny because I remember when I first started doing this, and I'm always hit the like button or subscribe. I'm just fuck, it's not me. It's just not me. I'm not one this. I wish I had I love your energy. It's just so good, right? I'm just man, everybody needs an Ernie for their live stream to just
I appreciate that.
Get this place pumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've always been like that, but that's the way I grew up, I guess, through music.
It's the DJ in you.
Friends.
It's the DJ.
It is, and it's also the fatness in me. The fatness where I always had to deflect and everything off of me. And so before you could even get that stupid fat joke out, I already had you hooked and in, and I didn't have to worry about you. So there was all that as growing up. And then, just being a DJ and knowing, and I had my brother on a couple weeks, and that was a great episode. Thanks. That was a great recap of our lives and everything. And because he's my brother, the hype was really good because I knew his style and what he was going to mix into next.
Sure.
So when you're announcing, because I did a lot of clubs and everything back in the day, music wise, but mine was more house music, and hip hop was really on the other side, but I grew up as far as with party crews and everything like that. So you really need to hype up that crowd, because if you can't hype up the crowd, then nothing's happening and you're not getting your money the next event. And
Sure.
ultimately, it was about money. I mean, it's a great time, but
Yeah,
I'm getting some of
you were
that
doing
door
it.
as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're doing it for the cash too,
Yeah.
right? So,
And I mean, so if I'm hyping up that DJ to make sure that they want to come back and play at my event or the club that we were doing, I'm going to make sure the crowd stays out there. I'm going to make sure that even when you did a club scene that, you know, the waitresses and bartenders and everybody were getting a fair tip as well too, because they made it happen. So when we did events like that, it was always different. It was so much. And we've always heard that. And then I've just always tried to play that as it is. Like, I'm going to hype everybody up. Yeah, we
that's
joke
awesome.
about, you know, the different shows and different times and everything. But yeah, you're right. I'm going to plug everything that I do and that I'm a part of, because those people support me and I want to support them. So yeah, everybody should be watching that and check out, you know, what's going on or anything like that. So that's always just how it's been. And, you know, I enjoy it so much. I love it. You'll find it. You'll get it. You got to get that intro opening of.
I know. I need to
What's
do
up,
one
guys?
of those too.
You know,
I
it's
need to
Whip
do
Wednesdays.
even just a cool intro and stuff. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
funny. I think Cheney's in the chat and he said Matthew knows he used to play in bands, and it's like that is where my like confidence in like being on a camera. I mean, I guess at the time I wasn't like playing on a Zoom or anything, but I mean, like, that's like at least like the ability to like talk openly and not like be embarrassed by what I'm saying and stuff, right? That all came from being in bands and just. I always used to say, if you want me to like say dumb shit, just like give me a microphone and like that's all you need to do. Just put a microphone in front of me and I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, and it is that. It's just talking about what you want to talk about. If you can talk about something that you love or feel good about, it's going to come naturally, and it's going to come out. You know, last week's show with Jesse, I had Jesser on.
Awesome.
That went so fast, and that was just a flow. You know, the whole time, which it always is with Jesse. But you know, if you can get something to just talk about and flow like that, like, you're good. I hate sometimes leaving after that. You know, I'm like, oh, we could have gone for another hour.
Well, you guys had me in stitches last week because you guys, everything you were talking about was so relevant, and I'm sitting there like talking to my phone, not like you guys can hear me, but you know, and I'm like cooking dinner and I'm like talking with you guys. Oh, I remember that. Oh yeah.
And you know, that's exactly what I strive for. I want you to be able to watch this and be like if you're a part of the conversation as well too.
Feels that way.
Yeah, and with that, speaking of, I got to hit up the Federation and see how I do that. You see,
I like it. See, you got that flow.
Play it in your head. Yeah, guys, we got Customs by Matthew. I'm gonna say what's up to you guys real quick, and then we'll get into how Matthew started and what he's about and what he's been doing and everything in his show. And you guys know how we roll here. If you're here and you don't know who the hell I am, what's up? How's it going? I'm Ernie. I'm the Fallen Fett. Welcome to the show. This is a little side thing that I started off of many podcasts that I started doing, and now we moved to YouTube, and then I got invited to other shows, and I do tons of shows, and I love doing that. And now I've ventured in over a year now of doing my own. So welcome, and I'm glad you're here to support your friend Customs by Matthew. So why don't you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and hit all so you don't miss when I'm on. And then if you feel so inclined, you know, drop a comment over there. Say what's up. Say hello, because you're now part of the Federation. And that's what we're going to do right now is check in to see all who's here and check in with the fam. First up, we got Matt Logic 44. What's up? My honey is here. Yes, she's on the way home, but she's already home. Started a little late. Sorry about that. Toy Ren 2's in the house. What's up? How are you? Nightmare Nemo is here. We got Marcus Yee. And oh, here it is right here. I got it. You know, if you've been here a while and you're a major supporter, dude, you got your own sound effects sometimes. You know, that's just how it is. What's up, Obi-Wan Chingones? Welcome to the show. Thank you for all the love, man. Winger Lose is in the house. What's up? How are you? Doombot 9000. We are good today. Toy Box of Doom. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. What's up, Mikey? Arizona Toy Hunter Guild. Mike is in the house. Someday, what up, peeps? Always with I couldn't even catch up to your stories today.
On fire, eh?
You were fine so much, right? Yeah. I'm at work sometimes and I tried. I'm like, there's too much. And then I get that itch. I'm like, should I run to Ross? Which, oh my God, he's had me on a Ross kick that I keep trying to go to our Rosses because I need that $60 saber. They have a Ray saber that is $60.
That's
and
crazy,
I'm trying
man.
to beat the scalpers because they've been popping up and they're still coming in. I can still see it every day as far as somebody else.
Like, people are
check out what
finding
I
it.
found.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of scalpers trying it. And
we can talk about that, but I am so jealous of the prices you guys get in the States because, like, we don't get prices that cheap in Canada. Like,
oh, and
ever.
you know me,
Very
how
rare.
it comes to me with that. So that $60 saber, I'm all over it. I need that. So I've been on the hunt for that, like, way bad, but no luck yet, but hopefully soon. Santo1414, what's up? What's up, Yoko? Welcome to the show. Yoko is getting much love from everybody in the chat today, of course. Jet's here. What's up, Jet? Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. RMD is in the house. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. RMD is in the house. Bring Boba Fett back. I know. And I saw a lot of comments. Was that today or yesterday? I think that was yesterday, about how he was saying that he was supposed to be in the show and everything, like what happened. And I was like, ooh, gossip.
I was expecting him.
Yeah, I was too.
Him.
He was on a poster.
And it was called The Return. And I was like, he's got to be coming back. Especially because I knew he had a poster. And I was like, right. That's the get here. But nope,
yeah. Oh, man. Yes, it's West Coast Machu. And so West Coast... I don't use these so much. I hope this is
West Side.
Is that West Side? Yes. Okay. Good.
Great.
You're right, Wing or Lose.
Wing or Lose, you're the man. I love your account.
See.
I use it to find all my Canadian goods. Yep.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm looking for something on a store somewhere, I go to his page.
Yeah, right. Same as we do like Mike's page. You can do that with Wing or Loses. Like, if you want to know what's available, go to any one of their pages and hit it, and you'll be like, oh, there's my answer.
That's literally the first place I go when I'm looking for something new that went up. I'm just like, hey, I'm going to Wing or Loses page. Let's see.
I swear, right? Fanigan Collectibles, Pete, still awake. Thank you for being awake and being here. Uncanny Sculpts, what's up? What up, guys? Have a great stream. Remember to follow Uncanny Sculpts Instagram page. His newest for the month of May has just posted yesterday. So go over there and check it out to not miss out on the new month of May, to go over and support Uncanny Sculpts with all those.
I'm actually waiting for his Bane head to come in. I ordered it for this Bane figure that I'm making for my buddy. So,
you're using the Grey Hulk body, the
Gamerverse.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah. I kind of I'm still working on it, but yeah, I got a little bit of work done on it so far. But
Marcus, I appreciate all you guys. Marcus, Cheney, what's up? Cheney's in the house. Super Saiyan level DJ, Obi-Wan, Chingones. Yeah, Ernie's the best hype man. Oh,
King hype man.
I appreciate it.
You should just really contract your services out to everybody, and then everyone can have like an Ernie level hype at the beginning of the show. That'd be great. Imagine you be on everyone's show,
right? I'm all for it. Sign me up. Let's do it. Like, for reals, right?
That'd be the best.
What's up? Mario 796 Studios is in the house. Thank you for being here. Chamba, what's up, Chamba?
What's up, Chamba?
Thank you for being here tonight and not another show during my time. Thank you, Chamba. I'm just kidding. Be sure and go check out Chamba's replay of Between Two Sentinels. That was last week.
That was an awesome episode too.
Yeah, great show over there. Be sure and check it out. Between Two Sentinels. Chamba was a guest last week. Very, very good show. I'm catching up here. Norin, speaking of a hype man, now this man brings the hypeness to like another 1,000% level.
I know.
All those videos that you laugh at
They're
or see that I repeat are all Norin, and I greatly appreciate it. Norin, I love you. Very, very cool. What's up, Moochers in the house? Representing the Federation. Berserk 69 is always first. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it. And that's who we got right now. If I didn't shout you out, say hello. What's up? So I can make sure that you get some representation in here. And go ahead and keep on, chatting in the chat. And we're going to hit the comments as well as we talk and everything. So with that being said, Customs by Machu. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here, man. And
I've been wanting to do this for a while, since we did Astonishing News and Reviews show at the end of the year last year.
Yeah, that was good too. See, and I need them on and everything. I have this list.
I'm overdue. I haven't seen Elvin in a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah, same.
Which is weird because we live in the same province and we see each other from time to time, but I've been too busy. So.
Oh, you live by them? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were different.
Somewhat regularly. Nope, we're in.
We're
in different cities, but we're close enough. Like, yeah.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
D and Elvin, both of them are
nice.
Kind of
nice,
like my local crew that I kind of roll with. So.
That's very cool. Yes, don't forget to watch They're Not Dolls tomorrow night for a big announcement tomorrow night. So big, I still don't know it. You didn't tell me.
Keeping it from you, Ernie.
I'm going to be excited too. I am, for reals. What's up, Nick? I greatly appreciate it, even if you are just here for a little bit. Thank you so much, man. So for those who don't know, Cousin by Matthew, go ahead and let them know what you're all about.
Sure.
And what you do.
My name is Matt. I'm West Coast Matthew. We are not the same person, Matthew and I, but this is the proof because we're both live streaming right now. So there you go.
Yeah.
So I am a action figure enthusiast. I've been collecting I've been seriously collecting. I mean, I guess my whole life, but I really got into it in the last probably like 7 years or 8 years, probably. I've been customizing for about that amount of time as well. I mostly do I do a lot of Marvel Legends, some Star Wars Black. Shouldn't say some, I have a good amount. Star Wars Black, NECA movie turtles and cartoon line. Street Fighter. What else do I collect?
Yeah, that's
probably like the gist of it. There's a lot.
That's a big case back there.
This
real
is
quick,
all.
Shout out to Dano. What up, Dano? Thanks for being here.
That's all. What on the top? This stuff on the top is another 3 shelves that are just not. They're not behind glass. They're behind wood. But I'm switching it. I actually had someone come in today and measure everything up to get some custom-made glass doors for them. So,
ooh, nice.
And I've just recently started getting into these Mattel WWE Ultimate figures. Oh my god, it's problematic.
Yeah, so. Did you do wrestling for a long time? Have you just got into wrestling or what?
Yeah, I've only been collecting since July last year. But I've been I used to be an hardcore WWF fan. And then when I don't even know what happened. I kind of missed a couple weeks of Raw and then I just never watched it again. It was so weird. Probably about 2001. It does happen
like that sometimes though.
Like I literally didn't touch it. And then I started seeing the Ultimate figures come out that have the better articulation, the double jointed arms and the butterflies and the drop down hips and the hinged toes. And I'm like, those are pretty nice. And then once I was able to kind of lock down a few, I was like, crap. Now it's just it's been growing growing like fire. It's just
Mattel really does a great job on those Ultimate figures. I don't know if you've caught any of our They're Not Dolls Extra that we hold for the members or we do it live after the show was we've gotten into some of our questions go all over the place. So it's like, would you like to see another company do a line? And that came up a lot because of their Ultimates line with the wrestling figures. I mean, those are solid figures. Yeah, they're really good. They're face sculpts and everything.
Even the complaints I have about them, they're completely overshadowed by how fun they are when you have them in hand. I do have a few beefs with them in terms of articulation and how they're set up. But I'd say for the most part, the fun factor of them when you actually have them in hand, it completely overrides everything. So
yeah, I mean that's and talk about fun factor. My funnest one still is the Fei Long from the new Street Fighter line.
I'm so jealous,
dude. It is an amazing figure. When something
amazing.
Like that is where you just want to have it in hand and play with it, or you come up with different scenarios in your head and everything. To me, that's a great toy line.
I agree.
It makes you want to. But I mean, even still, for me, of course, being an inbox collector, the packaging
those look great in package too.
Yes, I love everything about it. That's what's so cool is the packaging.
So did you just have the one of each right now, or do you have two? Just the one?
No. I only have one of each.
So you're not gonna. You haven't opened them, have you?
I was lucky. I've opened the Fei Long. Okay. I haven't even had a chance
on stream.
Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to open up Ryu yet because I keep playing with that one, and then I've been so busy.
Who's your go-to Street Fighter character?
Ooh, Akuma.
Oh yeah, it's a good choice.
Yeah, it's
I'm a
been
Chun-Li guy.
Akuma for a while, and then if I like lose two with Akuma, then I'm like Ken. Then if I lose with Ken, then then I have to go to Fei Long, and then like that. It all depends on like who I'm playing. I
Yes,
love
who you're
fighting
playing
games.
against.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, and you always have to have that match of to get their feel, like who you're fighting and what you're doing. And so yeah, I'm a huge fighting. That's what I grew up with,
Me
an
too.
arcade fighting player, and so I have so many, and I love them all. I mean, when I like mod all my stuff, that's the first thing I'm trying to do is put on
Put
all the
Street
fighting
Fighter
games.
and Mortal
Oh, all the
Kombat.
fighting games, yeah, all the Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct.
Oh my
I
god!
mean,
Imagine we got
everything.
Killer Instinct figures. How sweet would that be?
Yeah, we had some a while back, and they were
Did
pretty
we?
good. They were only at Toys R Us. They were years ago,
Oh.
and there was a line, and they were okay. And they started
6
off
inch?
expensive, yes, and then they dropped. Yeah,
Interesting.
it went really good. Now I think, oh my god, I think they're like crazy
I can
prices.
imagine.
But I'll have to, because I don't even remember.
That's
I
so
stupidly had sold mine off. Evil Diva says I watched it and went to an event, and then I stopped for a couple of years, and here we are again. We watch it every Monday and Friday. Yeah, we do. It's my soap opera
hilarious.
of the
That's
wrestling.
funny. I'm
Yeah.
not into new stuff. That's the thing, is like all of my love is like Golden Age and like early Attitude Era. That's where most of my love is. Like, I love the Golden Age. I love the silliness of like Golden Age and even the new generations, like, early like 93, 94 kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. Bret Hart and Diesel or Razor Ramon and all those guys. I love them. So
Yeah. It was a time then,
sure was.
of everything. I know you guys, the Jada is everywhere. Follow along on the Facebook page of the Jada
Not
Street
showing up in
Fighter that
Canada
Shady
yet.
has. Yeah, and they're just hitting everywhere, but also we should be coming up to those online orders hopefully soon too. So yeah, I only have one of each.
Nice.
Because then I have online at Entertainment Earth ordered, and that's where I'll get my second set, because I want these to go. I want these to continue. So
yeah, me too.
in
I'm
store
gonna buy multiples
and online to help sales of everything so that it shows.
Yeah, I've locked down an order at BBTS, and if they pop up in stock somewhere else, and I catch it, I'm gonna buy them again. Like, I'll buy a second set.
And then
I like them for fodder, like just for custom pieces. Like when I look at how they move and stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, those are great.
Yeah. So there was Marcus. Tekken. No, I don't like Tekken.
I didn't like
do
the graphics,
Tekken versus Street Fighter. Yeah, and that's the only reason why. Like, Tekken versus Street Fighter is good, but I go back to first Tekken and I'm like, no.
Yeah, me too. I always see like the different shit and stuff, and I'm just like,
I'm like, oh, not Tekken. No.
Not really
the SNK versus Street Fighter, that's a good one where they did the cartoon-esque and it has like Evil Ken. Oh my god, that one has crazy graphics in it, and I like to play that one a lot too.
Like, I kind of got out of Street Fighter for a bit, like, because I played a lot up until I mean, Street Fighter 2 was kind of my jam, and then like I played Street Fighter Alpha for a bit, and then I kind of got out of it, and then like when Street Fighter 4 came out, it like kind of forced my hand to like buy an Xbox, because I'm not really a big gamer.
Yeah, so, I remember that. Yeah.
So I ended up doing that. Oh, what up, Kev?
I don't play Super Smash Brothers. Nick's Figs, I need to try, because I didn't have the systems to. Now, I had the Wii, but that was for Capcom versus what's it called?
Marvel?
No, the other one. The only one that you can find on Wii. Me and Chamba talk about this. And I need to find an emulation that I'm able to play on my handheld so that I have it again. What's it called? Tatsunaka? Tatsunaka?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Tatsunaka versus Capcom.
Yeah. It is, oh my god, dude, that game. But it was Wii, and so it was 2 buttons, and it's like, what the hell are you doing? And
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Capcom's the stuff that I like, because I'm a big Mega Man fan too. So Jada's just literally hitting it out of the park for me this year, because I'm like,
I can't wait
for those
too, because
Mega Man. Oh my god,
I'm gonna get those too. We were able to handle those at the show, and I fell in love with them. And it was that was a maybe for me. But after having them and seeing them, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get these, like, for sure.
Yeah,
like,
they look incredible. So I can't wait. The only thing that sucks is that we're only gonna get a few a year, and I'm just like, I wish we got like 15 a year. That'd be great.
Yeah, I like Violent Ken. Yes, I do Rival Schools. That's another good one. Yeah,
There you go.
Tatsunoko versus Capcom. It was, but I couldn't believe it was only 2 buttons, and then the way that it was. But I know there is some emulations out there because I like to mod all my stuff.
Fair enough.
So I need to get into that. Yeah, the SNK. Thank you. The SNK is what it was called. Sorry, SNK versus Street Fighter and everything like that. And that Violent Ken and that one is who I always like to pick because he's awesome in there. And his flame effect is purple and black in that one. Oh yeah, the graphics on that one. It's about graphics for me too, and that's why I love Killer Instinct.
Yeah, Killer
and those
amazing.
Those figures were good. Does anybody remember who made the Killer Instinct? Cheney, do you? We used to find them at Toys R Us. They were on the bottom shelf, and they even came with a base. They were around for a little bit, and I wish somebody would get Killer Instinct back. And it's so funny. I was just talking to Corinne the other day too about fighting games and how I love them. So I hope you remember this one, Machu, because since we're almost on the same level of stuff, is do you remember that there was a system before like PlayStation and everything called the 3DO by Panasonic?
It sounds familiar, but I don't think I ever played it.
I didn't, and that's what I was saying. That's the only fighting game I've never played. They had a fighting game in there to mimic and go like up against Mortal Kombat, and it had fatalities. And their characters were very Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, because it reminds me all the time because it came up because we were watching Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, and you know where he rips the heart out. Like I know Kano does that, but they had the same person who almost looks like him with the headdress and everything, and that was his too. And he holds it up, and he's hard. Oh my god, dude! Yeah, I've always wanted to find like an old, like I can't even find an old 3DO, and with that, I don't even remember the name of it. But it was a
Toy Box of Doom says Jex on 3DO. Is that what he's talking? Is that what you're talking about?
Is that what it is? See, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't even remember.
I like fighting games a lot too. I was also big into Mortal Kombat. I mean, it's been years since I played. I probably haven't played Mortal Kombat since like Mortal Kombat 5. Probably. It's been a long time.
And I'm still down with it. I was just saying the other day how they're doing 12, and I'm still so excited. Like for that, I'm gonna have to get a new system. I know Street Fighter is coming out, and I'm like, okay, but that's kind of like I can wait until it goes on sale or something, or a bundle package.
Your game is more Mortal Kombat than Street Fighter.
But when I hear Mortal Kombat, dude, I'm like, oh, because those have always been so fun to me. I mean, we're on 12, and that's still so crazy. I still love them all. Power Stone, yeah, that was for Dreamcast. And I love that one. I still play that one. I have that one on there. I didn't have a pro one. I had the little button one, and it seemed still to me that it was like more of just then 4 buttons was what it was. So, what else do we got here? Yeah, Psycho Energy. Yeah, it's so dope. Yeah, there was Doombot 9000. Maybe try eBay if somebody remembers. I need to look
up and see them. They were so cool. Like those designs were so cool.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
they're so toyetic. They would be perfect for like modern day toys. Maybe you never know. Maybe Jado will do it one day, or maybe they'll do more. If they did Mortal Kombat, I'd probably jump in. So,
oh my god, if I'm waiting for that, like I hope this hype is so real that maybe like they come to them, right? Like, hey, would you like to do Mortal? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like June seems to be pretty on the ball with what people are looking for, because like what we're getting from them looks literally perfect. So I feel like that he's paying attention, and I'm sure that this won't be the last line that they're going to show us.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like saving money for these figures to make sure that I don't even like miss them, you know. And so I've stopped on some stuff like Star Wars and like that to switch, like speaking of, like, I love when you clean all your displays and you change them and everything, but I see a big hole back there. What happened there, bro?
That's my that was my former MCU shelves.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I recently got out of the the MCU game. I kept oh man, I kept like about a dozen, but yeah, and I just moved them to work. I have a display at work in my office, so all my MCU stuff moved there, or the stuff I kept. I basically just kept like the core Avengers, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man, and Black Panther. So, but yeah, I kind of just got to the point where like, you know, I'm running out of space, and like all of my other shelves are getting like so congested that there's just no room to really like spread them out and be able to like do the stuff I like to do with my displays, which are like more dynamic posing. And
Okay.
you know, I always enjoy building a display because it's like a puzzle, so it's like trying to fit everything in and fill all the space perfectly. But once they get so full, I can't do that anymore. And you know, with MCU, I'm just getting to the point where it's like I look at it as I've kind of shifted the way I collect over the last, call it 8 months to a year, where I'm like kind of looking for ways to kind of complete collections rather than like seeing them continuously expand.
Okay.
And the MCU is one of those ones where between the amount of product we're getting movie and show wise, and you know, each one gets, you know, 2 to 6 figures, you know, I figured like it's probably going to still be the same, the collection that continues to grow at the fastest rate. And like, I'm just not digging the shows as much anymore. I'm not saying I don't like them. I still like them. I'm just not as into them as I was before. And yeah, I was like, you know what? It's time to go. I'd been thinking about it for like a good year. And finally I was just like, you know what? I need more room for Power Rangers. I need more room for NECA Turtles. I need more room for Spider-Man. I'm going to clean house. I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff. And I kind of tried to do it before, before everyone kind of jumped off. I got in at a good point because I still was able to get some good coin for the stuff I had. So,
that's awesome. Well, that's good. And then we grow as collectors. I've always said that your stuff is going to change.
Yeah.
And your likes. Like I sat here, you know, I talk about with Marco sometimes, and I'm like, I would never have thought I'd come to the day where I'm like, yeah, I didn't buy the whole wave of Black Series.
It is weird.
Like I thought
it is
forever
weird.
I would, you know, be buying Black Series.
That's how I know you, as like the guy who just buys it all. You were like the completionist, and it's like it's weird now that you don't.
You have to though. I mean, because there was just so much happening at one time with everything. Yeah. You know, these Hot Toys figures, and it happened in 3 3/4. Like me and Cheney talk about this a lot.
Yeah.
You know, there was so much repetitive in the 3 3/4 lines of Star Wars that's when he stopped. And I was stupid and kept going and bought that same figure with just a different blister card, you know? And then, Black Series comes and I was on that full kick, and then, you know, retro and everything starts. And I'm like, oh, that's beautiful.
You're like,
but
damn.
Then it does come to a point like, another Luke, another Vader. So I still do pick up here and there.
Yeah,
but
you're
I
just way more selective.
Yeah, that I don't need to buy the cases no more, because then at the same time Joe hit and I was so all about the G.I. Joe line.
The Joes, yeah.
Like, talk about a fan grown line, was because it started off of the video game first. Right. And they immediately did rearranging and switch and then started. And so that's, you know, I'm really into all the Joe stuff. Like
but don't you feel though
that.
Like, don't you feel, because like there was a point when MCU figures were not coming out as much as they are now. Like they were significantly less. Yeah. And like I remember when at that time I was one of those guys who would buy everything. Like I was the same. I was like a completionist. I bought everything, even if there's just like a little minor difference, I would buy them. Yes. And it's like it's so freeing to not be in that situation. Like as soon as you can let that go, like I've never really been a big like completionist outside of MCU stuff. But once you can kind of let that go, it feels so good to just be like, oh my God, I'm glad I can skip that.
Well, mine was on that note was clearance stuff. I buy so much clearance shit because it was $7. I'm talking like Ford figures, right?
Yeah, I
like
wish.
Old toymigos rainy day type stuff of, oh yeah, maybe I can turn this around. But even down to the point of I don't need 6 Lokis to sit on because they were $5. Like I passed it because I'm like, that 30 is a Street Fighter figure now. Like, so I gotta wait and, you know, make my decisions a correct way. You gotta
spread your money out.
Yeah. Instead of doing otherwise, because we're getting hit with so much good stuff or continued from the same lines. Like,
man.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm still happy for all the people that do Black Series and are like, oh, well, you don't get it. No, like I do get it.
If
I do,
anybody
but I
gets it,
just
you
switch.
get
Yeah.
it.
You know, but I've made the conscious decision to switch, and that's okay. I'm happy for you that you're still getting all your cases,
Yeah,
but
for
that's not
sure,
for
for
me no
sure.
more.
For the
You
people that
know?
want it, that's great that they can still get it.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as you, and like, I kind of when Cheney kind of jumped out of Black Series is kind of when I did too. Like it was very, very similar timing. And it was like, I was upset that they had scaled back on like the articulation. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. Like even when they get good range, I'm not really a huge fan of single joints. I feel like when you
Yes.
want to get like fluid, like a pose that look realistic, it's really hard with single jointed elbows and knees because they just look really robotic. It's just like,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It's just
And,
not.
and
Not
then,
really.
so to that point, right? Then you try some figure arts, or you try some
Oh God,
Mafex,
I love
and like that. But then not enough come out to suit my
That's the
knee.
problem. See, I mix mine
Yeah.
though. That's the difference. Like for me, my Star Wars displays are anchored by figure arts like leads. So like all
Yeah.
of my main characters for my original trilogy shelf, Luke and Vader and Han and Chewie and the droids and Leia, like those are all figure arts because those are
Okay.
way better than Black Series ones.
Yes. Yeah.
But like, the side characters and the troopers and like, there's certain things where I'm
They're
like,
not gonna
I'll
do
buy
it.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like even things like Mafex, I'm at the point now where like, I saw that Ahsoka and even that
Same.
Bo-Katan, and I was like, man, I love those, but I'm at a point right now where like I'm so tired of like the long wait that I'm just like, I can't do them anymore. I can't. I kind of reserve Mafex for like my 90s X-Men. Like I'm again very much similar to
I heard
Cheney,
that
and
a
I would
lot
collect.
with the showing of Ahsoka when that came up. I heard that a lot all last week of the I got to stick to the X-Men line now with that, and that's about it. And I can understand that. She looks really good, but I got to see. I got pissed off because as I said that and thought about it, people were saying, no, I'm good with figure arts because like I'll just wait. I have the armor and this and that. Like I didn't know I missed out on figure arts, the armor that they had one. I was like, wait.
Figure arts did an armor?
Yeah. I saw it on somebody's page. Right. And I'm like, oh, wait, what? How did I not get this? Yeah. So there was stuff in the middle there that I guess was thrown out that I definitely missed. And I'm like, do I go back?
My biggest issue with Black Series, honestly, like I could probably get over the articulation scheme if I just got some alternate hands. I just hate how every Black Series figure in my whole collection looks like they're ready to give some hand jobs. That's my biggest issue. It's just like all of them are just rocking it, right? And, it's
that's
just
it.
like, yeah,
and
you
it's
can't
like,
do
why
anything
do you
more.
have it like that? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really.
Hey, I wanted to get this Nick Space comment real quick. Bloody Roar. I do not remember that, but I do remember Primal Rage.
Oh, Primal Rage! Oh my god,
Primal Rage is a classic for me.
Sure was.
I loved it, and there's lots of secrets in there that people didn't know about Primal Rage either.
Did you ever play the Power Rangers fighting game?
Great.
I can't remember what it's
Power
called
Rangers?
now. It's an old one, and then they came out with a newer one, like maybe in the last 5 years. Shattered Grid is, I think, the last one they did. But
no.
Yeah,
see, I only played Power Stone on the Dreamcast. I didn't even know that was an arcade. Did you do Power Stone?
I don't even know what that is. I've never heard of it.
It's well, mine. I only heard it through Dreamcast, Urban Champion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unreal Tournament.
Urban Champion. I don't know that.
Yeah. There is a JoJo's that's in there. That's on the Capcom player. I haven't played it all the way through, but it's a good one too.
Yeah, I don't dedicate a lot of time to video games because almost all my free time goes to customizing. So, it's the nature of the customizing world.
See, Matt Logic had some of those of the Killer Instinct ones.
I feel like McFarlane would do a great Killer Instinct figure.
Yeah. I just want the articulation there, though.
Yeah, that'd be
That's
great.
all.
I agree.
Yeah.
Style-wise, they'd probably nail it, though.
Let's see what it's turned into. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat real quick.
Yeah.
Remember when the shaded out characters had question marks instead of shopping carts on them? You just had to beat the game with each difficult character to unlock the hidden ones. Yeah. And there was a time, right? Because there was no anything either, and you had to play the game in order to unlock it. Nobody knew what it was because there's no
That's
internet.
the fun part, though, because you
had to wait for the magazine.
Yeah. Well, we talked about that last week about like even just like toy hunting. Remember, it's like how fun was it to go into a toy aisle and see something new and look on the back of the box to see like what was coming. It's like, oh man.
Yep. Did you do Toy Fair?
Like the magazine?
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, I loved it. I actually have I'm really behind on reading them, but I have like all of these guys still. This is the last one I got, that Toy Collector.
That's the newest one that Adam's a part of. Yeah.
Yep. And then I saw that they used it to showcase the new line of Super 7 Simpsons the other day, and I was like, oh, that looks great. What's up, Dee? How's it going, buddy? So
Bloody Roar is. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at Bloody Roar because then Fanigan still said too. What was up? You know,
still cool in my house.
Yeah, I want to have to see that. What's up, Michael? Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. What's up? We got BB Gardner is here. Palmer, what's up? Gardner Palmer, how's it going? Thank you for being here.
What up?
Let's see what else. Yeah, the sad thing is with imports, it will take 12 years to complete teams.
Totally.
It is true. Yeah. The Star Wars one, that's what's hard. They are great, but it's like you're not getting anything, you know?
Yeah.
What's the Black Series Mando coming out? Yeah.
I still think Black Series Mando is the best Mando that we have.
Yeah.
I do. Other than the hand situation, but I do.
Let's see.
The figure arts ones are so finicky.
Yeah, I feel like that, like I'm gonna break them.
Yeah, I had both. I didn't get the first release of Figure Arts Mando, but I got the second one, and then I got the last one that came out. And like I've had pieces break off of all of them, like pretty regularly. Like it's pretty annoying. So
with me, it's upsetting because of that cost. That's where I go first. Like, you know, I'm
expensive.
Like, oh, why did I have to pay this much for it? And it just broke off in my hand. Like, can I put it back? At the same time, though, I feel like it shouldn't be falling off either for that price.
No,
you know,
it shouldn't.
A Palderon or something. Like,
I feel like some things are like, you know, like especially with import stuff. I feel some are just really like over engineered. Like, it's like they put so much thought into like how to make something work and how to make something move. Hello, Alexander. And like I feel like sometimes it's just like you could have just like I don't know, took a different approach on that and like made it a bit easier to use and handle. So oh man, I actually just watched Toy Galaxy's video. I was looking for stuff to watch while I was working today, and they did one on Wizard Magazine and Toy Fair Magazine, and I was like, oh man, so good, so nostalgic.
I don't know if you've ever heard my stories, but I had from number 1 all the way up into the thing, and
Toy Fair.
Yeah. Nice. And I got into an argument with the X and I actually threw them away. And I regret it. Yeah, I regret it so much. Like I still find some here and there. And I'm like happy when I do. I'm like, yes. Yeah. An all day Toy Fair. But it was because there were so many that I had from the beginning. I kept them actually in an old school hamper. Like,
oh, cool.
You know, where you lift up the lid because it fit the two sides
perfectly.
And and it was going, and we had to move one time, and somebody went to get it, and they fell and ripped.
Oh no!
It ripped, and they fell. And then you know how everybody gets into it. You're tired, you're pissed off, right, from a move.
I get it.
You have these people helping that just want to go home because they don't want to be there. Nobody ever wants to help somebody.
No one. It's true.
No, they don't, and because shit like that happens. And so it ripped. They went everywhere, and it's like, why do you even have these stupid things? Like you read them. What are you keeping them for? You know, and it was that.
Best.
I know, but then you fine. Then just thought I
sucks, man.
That so much.
I collected it from the beginning as well. I don't think I was with it for the whole run because I kind of got out of toys when I got into doing the band thing. So I did the band thing from like 17 to 24 or something like that.
And what type of music do you play?
I don't play anymore, but I was playing mostly like punk music, mostly. So yeah, that's probably where most of my love is you know, punk, pop punk, and you know.
What did you play?
Genres. Bass.
You play bass? Nice.
Yeah, I still have a bass. I just haven't picked it up. And
the band broke up. Is that what happened?
Yeah. Or? Well, I moved to BC. I mean, the band broke up well before I moved to BC. I kind of got over like gig life, I guess. And like, it's just like, there's things I loved about being in a band. Like if I could just walk on stage, play, and then leave, I probably would still be in a band today. But if I hate setting up, I hate tearing down. I hate packing it all into the car. I hate all that stuff. So yeah. And like we played a lot. Like the bands I was in, like we were playing, like we played some weekends like 2 or 3 times in a weekend, and it's just like, oh, it's too much.
You were everywhere. Yeah,
we were everywhere. We always were. Every band I was in, I ended up leaving because they just like would overcommit, and I was just like, guys, this is way too much. Like I just couple shows a month, sure, but like to do like we had some weekends where we would do like 2 on a Saturday and then a Friday night, 2 on Saturday, and you're just like, this is crazy.
Oh, I would never do 2 gigs. No,
insane. It is insane.
It is just too much. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You never know about your crowds. You never know. Oh, there's just too much.
I mean, we definitely played to lots of empty places too. We had a good following in our hometown for sure, but you know, whenever we would do like the farther away we would get from home, you know, the smaller the crowd would usually get. But
did you guys cover stuff, or you had your own?
We had mostly our own stuff, but we did cover every band I ever played in. I kind of played in like 3 kind of like key bands in my time. I did kind of dabble in other bands as well, but most of them we had our own originals and stuff like that. So
that's cool. That's awesome. How many people did you have in the band?
The first band there was 5 of us. The second band there was 5 of us, and the last one there was 4 of us. So
nice.
Yeah.
Are you still heavy into music? Obviously,
yes.
Right?
Oh yeah, very much.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying to you before we kind of started, was like, you know, I know we don't have the same style of music that we like, but your passion for music like really shows, and it's like super, like I completely relate to it. So yeah. Bass player hates setting.
Yeah. Cheney plays drums.
He was a drummer.
So,
I know he was.
Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, the music wise, man, but I like listening to everything. But yes, I do not listen to country. I don't know why. Country just don't.
Me neither.
It just don't hit with me. I may hear a country song every now and then. And when I DJ'd, I had my list of like 10, and that was it. Because I knew exactly that it was getting the people out. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was getting them out there. It was the slow dance, and it was enough for the like, are you gonna play country? It satisfied everybody's taste, right? Like, oh, okay. Good job, DJ. You know what I'm saying? But like, I am not, Neon Moon. Okay. I know that one, but that's from playing. That was one like that kind of stuff,
Can I ask how old you are, Ernie? I think there's a little gap between our age.
I'm 46.
I'm 40. I'm not. I'm 39, but yeah, close.
I'm 46, or I'm
46,
gonna be 46.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So that's not that big a gap then. I hear you, Corinne. I like rockabilly a lot too. It's great.
Yeah.
Love the style that goes with it too. It's awesome. The big pompadours and just checkerboard shoes. It's great. I love ska bands, but I was always in punk bands, but I always wanted a ska band, but I was like, how do you coordinate that many people to practice?
Yes. Right. Yeah. That's huge. I mean, everybody has to be into it. Everybody has to show up.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
I'm sure it's already, with 5.
It's already hard with 5.
It. Yeah. Then what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Marcus, there it is. And that's exactly it. When the sun goes down, my side of down. I act all country when it comes on too. Like I know, Like, yeah.
That's funny.
Did you just voluntarily round up your age?
I
Both of us did. We both
did.
did.
We both
when
did.
you get that old, you did. It doesn't matter. We were just asking. Oh, when my kid was over, he had said something to the fact of he didn't know his age. And I'm like, he said something to the fact of, Dad, how come you always say you don't know your age? I'm like, because I don't.
I know, me neither.
I don't remember no more. And he even got his wrong. His was off by 3 years. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
How's that happen? You need to get that checked out, son.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, all the time. But yeah,
Army's awesome.
My music goes to everything. I love it all, but mostly for me, man, it's like, the old hip hop. I'm not too much of a fan on newer hip hop.
Yeah, I'm not really either. I like certain things. They're like, again, usually what happens with me is I get into like an artist, and then I just really get into them. Like, like I'd say the majority of the stuff I listen to now is like punk rock related. Like I'm like Blink-182. I know that's not like traditional punk, it's pop punk, but like Blink's my favorite band ever. Like I love them. So right now is really exciting because they're like back together with the original lineup.
I just saw that. That's awesome.
So
I
I'm
thought of
super
you
excited.
actually when I saw that.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm actually seeing them in June, so pretty pumped.
Because you did a custom of that, right?
I did a Mark Hoppus custom when he got last year Mark Hoppus got sick, the bassist of Blink-182 with cancer, and when my dad had cancer, I made him an action figure of himself, and he like cherished it. And like my dad had a lot of bouts with cancer before he passed, and every time he went into the hospital, he always brought the action figure with him. So I kind of made Mark a figure of himself as like a kind of you got this. And he commented on the post when I originally made it, which was really cool. But I'm trying to get in to do like a meet and greet so I can actually give it to him in June when I see them. So
that's so awesome, man. I can't wait to hear all about
I
that.
hope I can. I really hope I can. I have a friend who has like hookups with a local radio station, so I'm hoping I can get in to do a meet and greet and actually like give it to him finally. And then I'm actually doing for my own collection, I'm gonna do like the whole band. So I'm gonna do Travis, and I'm gonna do my first diorama. I'm gonna do like a little stage diorama. So
how did the customizing for you start? Was it just because of figures you wanted?
Yeah, like honestly, it's all because of X-Men and Marvel's not like wanting to like make X-Men related stuff. It was back when like Captain America Winter Soldier wave came out and like Ultimate Green Goblin wave came out. I was loving what they were putting out. I was a big fan of like the newer style of Marvel Legends. Like as much as I loved the selection of characters we got from Toy Biz, I didn't love the aesthetic of like the big ball joints and the jointed fingers and stuff. It just didn't do it for me. So so once I kind of started seeing the newer style show up, I really wanted X-Men. X-Men is my bread and butter. So they didn't have it. So I was like, I'm going to just start making it. And it's just all self-taught and just kind of, you learn one thing. There you go. Rip. No more. Love them.
This is what you used to have, right?
This is what I used to have.
Oh, so you're self-taught. This wasn't something that you had been doing or anything.
Nope. No, I'm all self-taught. Everything I learned, I learned on the fly and just learned from mistake, really. I always tell everybody, like, the thing I used to always do was I kind of like pick the thing I hated the most about the last project and like work like hell to make sure that it wasn't a problem the next time. So yeah, so that's kind of how I did it. I fine-tuned by like kind of getting, focusing on the things I disliked about the previous projects, and just over time just got to the point where I was happy enough with it. I'm always my own worst critic, though. I mean, I think that's just the case. With
everybody
is.
Yeah. Especially artists or creators of anything.
Yeah. Creatives as a whole, right?
Everybody will tell you, oh my God, that's so awesome, amazing. And you're like, that's crap.
And you're like, it's crap. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. I'm just going to throw it away. Forget it. Yeah. I mean, it really is. But do you have a favorite X-Men that you did?
Favorite X-Men. I mean, like for the longest time, I did a strong guy well before we got the Build-A-Figure, and I was pretty obsessed with that. So I don't know how far down that. I think you might have even passed it. It might have been up more. I'm not sure. But yeah, I did a strong guy a long time ago, and it was a lot of fun. That one you just scrolled over there, that group of X-Men, go down one.
This one?
Yeah. So that was one. So like when I first started customizing, I made a huge list of characters I wanted to do. And at the time I was reading modern comics, and one of the ones I was reading was All New X-Men, which are like a time displaced original X-Men. They take them out of the past when they're like 16 and bring them to the future and try to talk sense into Cyclops, who's like going crazy. And I loved it. And I was like, we're never going to get figures of these. And it was always on my bucket list to kind of like, I wanted to do the team. And so I finished them off right at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was like kind of like this moment of like completion. It's like that was the goal I set out to do when I first started customizing like 5, 6, 7 years ago. And it's like those were the last ones to like check off that original list, and I was like, oh man, it's awesome to do. So yeah, I like those ones a lot. I mean, I feel like I could do them better now, but I still like them a lot. So
yeah, I mean, well, like you said, if you were first starting and these were some of the ones you hit, of course, I'm sure there's always something. Every artist wants to revisit something, right?
Totally.
Like, I know I can do that
I try not
so
to.
much better now. That's what I was gonna say. Do you do that
try
a
not.
lot or no?
Not a
It's
lot.
like
I try not to. Like I did a bunch of figures for the actor who plays Brainiac 5 and Supergirl, Jesse Rath, on the CW.
yeah.
And like when I did them for him, I got a lot of people who watched Supergirl who started following me, and they would be asking me to like redo a lot of those figures. And I'm just like, look, there's no fun in doing the same thing over and over and over again. I agree, Chamba. All trial and error.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try not to. Honestly, I kind of have a magic number of 3. Like I'll do some things 3 times, and like if I'm doing it for a 3rd time, it's because I feel like I can do it better. So if I don't feel like I can do it better, I just won't bother. So, but yeah, I love it. Honestly, like there's been a lot of stuff that I've done that I've
always loved going through all your stuff, man.
Yeah, that's my street. I love my Street Fighter stuff.
Your shelves, the way that you do your displays,
Thanks,
I love it all the time.
I appreciate.
I wish I could have the patience to check to make it look like that.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Is it's like when people are like, "Man, your shelves look great," and I'm like, "I freaking hope so." Like it took me like probably like 5 or 6 hours to do that tiny shelf. Like it's crazy. Like when I do shelves, I have 14 now with the wrestling shelf. I have 18 shelves. Like to redo all 18 shelves takes me 4 months. It's crazy. Like it's insane.
Holy crap, man.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts.
Oh, do you show the Iceman here? I wanted to see that Iceman.
Yeah, so that's the kind of teenager versions of them. So yeah, that's all. They're all meant to be like, way younger, right? So,
yes. So good, man. I always
thanks, man.
Loved going through it. And then like this, the Brave Star.
I put that up there because I feel like a few weeks ago you guys were, I think maybe on Toy Amigos, They're Not Dolls, you guys were talking about Brave Star.
Yeah, because some of the companies now are
they're doing that knockoff one.
Hitting it. Yes. Yeah. But I remember this show because
it's funny.
These toys were amazing with the backpack and everything.
So I have no attachment to Brave. I have no attachment to Brave Star. This is pre.
For real?
Yeah. I must have just missed it. So because I did this one for a friend. So I do a lot of like swaps, like one-on-one swaps with my friends in the industry.
I see that from you a lot. Yeah.
And I do it because like, it's a cool way for me to like have that memory of my friends that I've made from this community, right? I've made a lot of friends in the community. So like a way to kind of commemorate that is like I have their pieces in my display, and it's like that's a really cool thing to me, right? So I did this one for one of my local buddies, my buddy Andrew. He gave me his list and he wanted to keep it a secret. So I kind of put it together for him, and I freaking had a great time making it. So
that's dope. Okay,
I had somebody reach out.
He had a list of all different ones. And so
he
you
gave
picked
me a list
Bravestar?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he gave me a list of like 9 things, I think, and I picked Bravestar off of it, not knowing what it was. I was just like, this looks kind of cool. And then when I started like researching what it was, I was like, how do I not know this? I feel like it lines up with everything I was watching. Like I don't even. And the thing is, it's like it's not like I never watched it. Like I didn't even know it. I don't even know what it is. I mean, I do now because I've looked into it.
Yeah, so it was him and like that. So the toy gimmick was crazy because they had these backpacks that you could fire at the TV. I mean, it was like like Times of Laser Tag was really popular.
Okay.
But let's do something toy wise so that they shoot at each other with the same thing. I don't even know the mechanics of it, if it was just a strobe or anything that made it go off, but the flashing light that it hit. So you could do it while you were watching the TV show. If you had the figures together, and then they would. Cool. And it was like this large backpack that was on him. It was, oh my God, it was so cool. Like I
remember looking up the toys
cartoon
when I did this figure, because I was looking for like inspiration and like kind of a way to approach some of this stuff.
Yeah.
This was a really fun piece to do. I had a blast.
They were larger as well too. The figures.
Yeah, they were 6-inch, weren't they?
Yeah, and it was like at that time, it didn't even as a kid to me, it didn't even matter. Because it's crazy, right? Of 3 3/4 everything. And then He-Man was this beefy, bigger figure, but still nothing like that. But these were like full on, very large. I would even say maybe almost 7, and maybe I'm thinking that because I was younger, but
Yeah, maybe.
they were
Yeah. I
dope.
think they were 6. I remember looking at it and thinking,
When
like,
you
I
looked
wonder
it
if I
up.
could buy it for like some parts. Because
Oh,
like the
okay.
gun, I
Yeah.
wanted the gun to be close. I ended up just making the gun myself, though. Like, yeah, it was honestly, this was a super fun project, man. This was a really good one. I had a
That's
blast
great.
with this one.
Where so when you looked it up, where is it just super expensive?
I found a few that were reasonably priced, but I just figured for the price, I was like, yeah, I don't know. Just kind of figured I would just try my own hand at it. Sometimes I'll like go crazy and like spend way too much on parts, and then I'm just like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just made it. Like, it's not like I can't, So this is another piece that like is a pretty unknown character. His name Arsenal. It's like an old Avengers villain, but
I didn't know this one.
I love how he looks. I love like I fully sculpted like all of his musculature. That's a juggernaut under there. And like I had to re-sculpt all the muscles because I had to texture all of it to look like stone. So like if you kind of like I don't know if there's closer pictures in there or not, but
oh, let me see.
you can if there
it.
is, you might be able to see the texture a little bit better. But the
that
skin
one,
is
the
all
angle, you
fully
can see.
textured. Yeah.
Wow.
So I had a blast with that one. Yeah, there you kind of see it a bit there. And I had to take fingers off of them because I only had 3 fingers. But yeah, it was a really fun one. I had a blast with this one.
Okay, so you have to do something like this, and this uses Juggernaut. So in your buying habits, are you buying extras automatically for ideas, or do you have to hunt for it after?
Yeah, I always buy extra. So what I pretty much do is it's fun because on my live stream, when I do my stream, if there's like ever a thing where they show a bunch of new figures, I'll go through it and look for all the new parts. That's one of the things I look at the most. Like, and it's fun because even though I only collect certain things, and I only buy maybe 1 out of every 5 things or whatever, I still get excited when I see new pieces added to the parts library, right? So like
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
because
so whenever
a
I'm
new
looking for stuff,
mold
I'm
or a
like,
new
that could be
sculpt is
used for
different.
this. That
Yeah.
could be used for this. And then usually when they're fresh and they're new, I buy, if I think of something that I think might be useful, I buy it. And then I put it in a bag and I don't touch it. And then if I need it, it's there. And if not, once a year, I kind of go through my bins of parts and full figures. And I say like, okay, this has been in here for like 2 years. I probably am not going to need it at this point, so I'll sell it. And it's cool because then at that point I have a figure that's pretty much untouched that I can then just turn around and sell and oftentimes make some money off of, which is kind of nice. So
that's very cool. So you were saying on your show again, so the Whip Wednesdays and like that. If for those who don't know, what does your show entail on this type of stuff of you being a customizer and everything?
It's kind of changed over the year and a bit that I've been doing it. It started as just me customizing live every week. I usually have an overhead camera on my workstation and it's just me doing different things. And then I got to a point where like I started doing like little jobs for the live stream, like that what people could do, like panel lining and just like little paint touch-ups that could make a figure look better. And then I started like getting guests into it, and because I do it at 9 p.m. West Coast, like Pacific Standard Time, a lot of my guests are on the East Coast and like it's too late for them to be customizing. So then I just started kind of talking to people, and then like that kind of worked. So it kind of just turned into like some weeks I would talk to people, sometimes I would customize. If the customizer wanted to customize, we could do that and talk at the same time. But yeah, I tried to I kind of shake it up, whatever I can do. So, but I've been off for a bit, like I think the beginning of March or like middle of March or something like that. Just again, life has been busy and it's been stressful. So I haven't had time. But I'm planning on coming back May 17th is the plan.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I love. Okay. This is the head all you on this Street Shark?
Not all me. It's actually from a King Shark Build-A-Figure. I did add to it, so I kind of changed like the tip, like the nose, to look a little bit more animated, a little bit less realistic. This one's
a
difference. Yeah, it made a big difference.
Yeah.
This one was so fun to make. Oh man, I had a blast making this one. This one was really cool.
I agree,
Chamba.
So good.
We need Street Sharks big time. This would be awesome. This was so fun. It was very challenging. I did this for a Secret Santa figure one year, which was like, it was on somebody's list when I do like these giant swaps every year at Christmas time. And this was on somebody's list. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing a street shark no matter like, and they're like, it was like any street shark. And I was like, I'm obviously going to do streaks because he has rollerblades. So like, why wouldn't I? So he just, just the tip. Yeah,
that was it.
Up. Just a bit.
I was hoping those Fury toys would come
Me
with all pieces to make them.
I know.
Yeah,
They're still cool. The thing is someone's going to do them. Someone is for sure. It's just a matter of time. But
yeah.
I hope whoever does do them does them well. Like I feel like Storm would do an awesome job with Street Sharks. I feel like that would play to their strengths so much.
We have a lot of stuff being revisited right now,
yeah,
all around. So, you know, it's like you said, maybe in time it will.
Yeah, it'll come. They'll run out of other nostalgic things to do, and they'll be like, "All right, it's time, Street Sharks."
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I got a lot of love. That Street Shark was kind of actually kind of like the tipping point of like what kind of started moving my numbers up. Like once that kind of got revealed, it was like it kind of took it to a new level for me, and people really started following along. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was the one. That's very cool. I'm like that one because all of your crap is amazing, dude. So
thanks, dude. No,
I'm like it was that one, but yeah.
I mean, like I'm pretty fortunate to be in the position I'm in. Like I get a lot of requests for commissions. Like, you know, I only take, you know, maybe 3 or 4%. Like I just don't have the time to do as much. I wish I had the time. I wish I didn't have to say no to anybody, but I do, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm pretty fortunate to be able to like pick what I want to do. And like that's kind of my rule now is like if I'm not into it, I won't take the commission. Like I don't want to be forced to do something that I'm not feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know we got the Carson Teva from you, and that is so much fun. I was trying to see, do you have where the his helmet? Yeah.
There's a
so did you do that?
I touched it up. So basically I took a Wedge Antilles. Like the body came from Wedge, and his helmet was like most of the way there. All the blue and yellow I did, but the like a lot of the markings and stuff that were on there, I know it's not perfectly accurate. I just at the time I couldn't find a better shot of the side of it, so I know the side markings aren't accurate, but yeah, I did the best I could. So with the source pictures I could kind of find. So
we had a Wedge Black Series.
Yeah. In the old boxes, not the new styles, like the red and black.
The black and red?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah. He's just a Luke with a wedge head and a new helmet. But
was it was the black and red boxes though?
Yeah, black and red. Yeah.
Okay, so I have all those, so it has to be.
Maybe just slip by, you know.
No. Like I'm saying, I have to have it. I just don't remember it.
Yeah.
Because I know I have all the black and red boxes. Yeah. When they started
one of the numbers, I just can't remember which one, but
yeah, there you go. The numbers with all the numbers and everything. Okay, then yeah, I know that I have to have this.
So I just took that helmet and then like I printed off a couple water slide decals. Actually, Demi in the chat, he kind of taught me how to make my own water slides. So so I kind of did that and did the little logos on the helmet, and then I just kind of painted it up, and yeah. I can't actually wait there, and I know I showed you, Ernie, but I can't share it with everyone yet. But
no,
I actually have a project that kind of basically what up, Matthew? That kind of pretty much triggered the Carson Teva heads was I did another project where I kind of needed that Paul head, and I had it commissioned for that other project, and I can't share it until the end of May, but when I can, I'm very excited to share it because it
very cool.
A very cool project to work on. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad that you were able to do a second run on this because a lot of people jumped on it and saw.
Yeah, thanks to you guys.
We had done and Kevin and everything.
Everyone, Yoko and Paul, everybody was helping support it. Like, so the first one I only got like 3. The first round I only got like 3 people, and the second one I got 10. So
yeah,
substantial improvement.
That's great,
so
man.
yeah, it was really good. Yeah. So
I love
yeah, it was
it.
really fun. This
I
whole
have
thing
mine
has
back
been
there.
this
Yeah.
whole thing has been just a really cool. I anytime I get to do stuff like this, it's a really cool experience. So
No, I love that one. Is there still something that you haven't made that is always like something like why haven't you tackled it yet, or
yeah,
something that you feel like it's just not right to do yet?
maybe not that the timing's not there, but like I'm not a big DC guy, so I've never been a DC guy. I've never really
Uh-huh.
followed DC. But this Bane that I'm doing for my buddy is kind of like I look forward to being able to do um DC stuff, Batman villains in particular. I'm a big
Uh-huh.
fan of doing. So I don't get to do them often, but when I get to, I usually jump at the chance because I like Batman's rogues. And
Yeah.
when my buddy was like, "Could you do a Bane for me?" I was like, "Yes, 100%,
Yeah.
yes, for sure, no problem at all, no problem." So
Were
yeah,
you
I like
into Batman animated series
I
like we are?
I watched it because of like where it was time slot wise. Like when I was
Uh-huh.
watching Spider-Man and X-Men and stuff. So like I knew it, but I wasn't super into it. Like I've never been a
Oh.
huge Batman. Again, the things that kind of got me into Batman were his villains. You know, like I'm a
Oh
big
yes.
like like
I
Poison
love them
Ivy
all.
and
Yeah.
Scarecrow and Two-Face and Riddler and just all of them. Man, they're all just there's just so many good ones. So I would say that that's probably one of the ones where like when people come to me and they're like, "Hey, can you do a Marvel Legends style Batman villain?" I
Uh-huh.
almost always say yes because I'm just like, yeah, that sounds really awesome.
Yeah, you're like, I may have a few ideas. Sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, those are the kind of ones where I'm like, when they pop up, I'm like, yeah, I'll put you on the list for sure. So
That's freaking awesome.
but I do have a
That's
bunch of
really
commissions
cool.
this year. Unfortunately, no more DC stuff, but I do
Uh-huh.
have I'm doing Punisher 2099 right now. That's one of the
Uh-huh.
ones I'm working on. I have what else do I have coming up? I have a Face Off Red Skull. Do you remember that Red Skull from the old Toy Biz 2-pack with Captain America? He's in that
Yes.
armor. So yeah,
Yes.
so somebody asked me if I could do that, like basically do like a modern day Marvel Legends reversion of that, and I was like, yes, for sure.
Oh, okay.
So
Very
Neil,
nice.
my buddy Neil in the chat says, "Tell him about your creepy Watto collection." I don't have a Watto collection. I just think it's funny because like me and my buddy Ryan, I do a podcast on Saturday nights with my buddy Ryan. It's called Moose Milk Media,
Uh-huh.
and we have this ongoing joke about Watto being like the one that like balances the force and like
Oh my god. Out of everybody, it's Watto.
out of everyone, it's Watto. And like, yeah, it's just this ongoing joke. And then my buddy 3D printed me a Watto kind of more recently, and I painted one up. He did like a 112 scale one for me, and then like 1/6 scale one that I'm gonna do for my buddy. I'm gonna put like a Moose Milk Media shirt on him and like a
Damn.
little ball cap and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
should be funny. So
Watto is the one who balances it, huh?
Annie, I was good to your
Annie?
mother. It's funny because one night we kind of like got into it. We were talking and we're like, yeah, we love Watto. And then Ryan was like, except that he owns slaves. We don't approve of that. We're just
Yeah,
like, oh, maybe we
yeah.
should back off a little bit.
I love that when he came back to see him in number 3,
Yeah,
like he looked busted up, right? That
yeah,
whole
man.
the beard.
Like the little gray little.
Yeah. It's like, damn, Watto, you've been through some shit. Like,
He has. Nubian,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah. He was like literally tore up, dude. He was.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you need to
Watto,
stay
what
off
a
the
guy.
drinks, Watto.
What a guy.
For real. Yeah, that's funny, man. That's cool.
Yeah, man. I wish I was going to San Diego Comic-Con because everyone's going, and like me and my buddy Ryan are going to go to Fan Expo in Toronto, but I think everybody's kind of going to SDCC like a month earlier, so I'm not sure if anyone's going to make their way up to Canada for that. But
Dude, Comic-Con's gonna be huge this year with everybody going.
that's my goal,
Like,
is to go next
for
year.
reals.
I need to be better
down
about
here
like
for it?
getting on it. Yeah, I really want to. I really want. Every time I see all of you guys all meet up, I'm just like, damn it.
It's the best, man.
It is.
And I love like the larger the group too. It's fun because you jump into 5 different conversations. Like
It's
all of a
amazing.
sudden, you know.
And it's cool too because
that's
it's
what's
like
so fun about it.
all of us do this, so like it,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't really feel like it's weird. Like, you know, you meet people and then like you feel like you already know them because of the weekly shows and being guests on things.
Yeah,
and...
that's an immediate thing, as always. You don't have to wait and break the ice or how is somebody or anything like that, you know. I love that all the groups that we know are so real, and that is the person who you get, you know.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Because I've seen that before. I see that like sometimes with the Disney YouTubers out there, because I go to the park so much and I see them, and it's like, you are not the person behind the camera. Like, what is, you know, what is up with that? Like, it's just so heart-wrenching sometimes, because I've seen people come up to him and be like, oh, hey, you're so and so, and they're like, oh, okay, and then like literally, you know, like the eye roll, like, oh, and just, you know, I can't believe they bothered me.
How could you? Like, that's the part that's the best. That's my favorite thing about being in this community is like, I just love the camaraderie. It again, it reminds me a lot of being in a band. It's like you get that camaraderie with your bros and your, you know, everybody that's at the show with you and those regulars, and it's just like, man, it's irreplaceable. Like, it's such a great feeling. And yeah, like I always say, like, I'd rather stay home and like chat with my toy friends than like go and actually hang out with my real friends.
Yeah, I need to start hopping on more just to hop on because I'm doing something.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the good thing about customizing is like that's why I can catch so much is like as I'm customizing, I have like my iPad set up right in front of me, and I'll just like I put people's shows on and I watch all of them while I'm working.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, it's like Cheney had said when I put the sticker. What's up, Felipe? When I put Jesse, you know, when I put the stickers on my Transformers or anything, he's like, you know, hop on and do it. I'm like, yeah, I need to.
You should.
Yeah.
And it also, it's cool because it breaks up your content too. Like it's not just again, nothing wrong with just doing the Wednesdays, but I mean like to just pop on one day and do something like that. Like not only will you get your usuals, but you'll get people who are interested in that sort of thing. Like, you know, that's a big part of why I keep doing what I'm doing is like, even though my audience on YouTube is not big, like when I do live streams, like, you know, 15 people max, it's not much. But the people that are there, it's like I get so much like reinforcement on like people saying, oh, I learned this from you, thanks so much. And like it's just like it's super inspiring to me, and it's enough that makes me say like I want to keep doing this for that reason. Chamba, if I join a Discord, my wife is going to divorce me. She's already, these guys
are on all the time.
Don't you do anything else? And I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I don't want to do anything else.
I don't need to.
All I want to do.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, like I said, and sometimes when I do have those couple minutes, I feel like I want to hop on and just be like, oh, did you guys know this? You know what I'm saying? Just like anything. I will eventually really do
wander over to Discord. I will, because I feel like I'm missing out because everyone talks about it with such like so positively, right? What up, D Blake? How's it going, man?
What's up,
D Blake? I've been trying to get D Blake on my show for a bit. I'd love to have him on. So
D Blake has a show coming up that he's getting ready for. So everybody
says, tell her to join the Discord too.
I'll tell her,
honey, if you want to talk to me, join the Discord.
I'll be there.
That's where I'll be.
Yeah. Dinner's ready. Anything to this effect. Yeah. Can you take out the trash? Yeah, I'll be right there. Hold on. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, the Discord, those guys are always in there. Live chat, on comments. There's everything in the Discord.
I'm going to. One day
it's a slippery slope. I found myself in there sometimes when I have like especially like when I'm on call at work and I get those late night ones. I'm just on the way back. Like I know there's somebody in there. So I do. So I hit it up on the way home. And I'm like, so what the hell is everybody talking about right now?
Is it just people sending like voice messages back and forth?
No, you're like talking like this. Yeah. Like if you were on the phone, imagine an old group phone call, you know, where what was that? Like Star, what was that? Like Star something where you had more people on the
I was going to say a three-way, but that sounds not appropriate.
Yeah. Now that's different compared to the three-way that we knew, you know. That was well then I'll three-way you when we get home.
Yeah,
okay. That sounds good. Yeah. Let me know how it goes. Yeah.
Love it.
It really is. Yes, Yoko, like on the phone, because that's exactly what it is to me. That's how I know. Yeah, there you go. Steve,
The
like
party
the party
line.
line. Yeah, that was it. Where you had more than one, so everybody has a chance to talk on there, and everybody can hear you and everything like that. So that's what's going on with the live chat. And it's look at this, Shamba. There's definitely more than three people. Oh, here's old man Ernie in there too. When I'm like, wait, who's talking?
Yeah,
Who's talking
really?
right now? Who said that? Who said that? That's what I always say, because everybody will start talking. I don't know who it was. I'm like, who is that? Or then it's like, somebody's like, oh, it was John. Okay, John, what's up? What's your screen name?
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, my bad. My
Deep-Link
bad.
ASL.
Yeah.
Jurassic Jesse said, did your wife win the shelf space war, or are you going to sell more figures? No, she didn't. I actually won that war. So where I'm sitting right now and doing this live stream used to be her desk. And then I don't want to say I was fortunate, but like she has some vision issues, and like sitting super close to her screen really gives her really bad headache. So we actually ended up switching spaces. I used to do like my work stuff and live stream out on the kitchen table, and then we would like switch. So like once her work day was done, I'd come in here, and my customizing desk is kind of right next to me. So but then once her eyes got all fucked up, pardon my language, she was like, I need to switch. And I was like, that sucks, but also yes.
I still need like 750 more people to join so I can be like, oh, Jamba, Matthew, you just messed up. I'm sorry. Yeah, you are bleeped
not there
out.
yet. We're
so
there.
Right now,
we're safe for now. Okay,
it don't matter right now. Yeah. What is that, demonetized or whatever? I don't even know what it is. Yeah. Oh, look at who said it? The Robo. I don't have no idea. Why the hell were you calling RoboCop? Like, what the hell is that? Now I want to know. How did I miss it? What was he saying? Like, for real, awesome. RoboCop. Oh my god, that's just too much, dude. That really is.
It is. Ernie, who are you not sponsored by tonight?
Oh man, there's so many sponsors tonight.
Man, can we talk about Boba Squadron? Because I just love that too, man. I mean, I love all of the stuff all the stuff you're part of is great, but I freaking love the Boba.
So speaking of the Boba Squadron, so me and Yoko aren't sponsored by Hasbro, but but Kevin and Paul are. So we didn't get that cool box. Oh, and then I saw that they sent out another awesome box. They sent out an indie box. So cool. People have the full indie line like right now, and that is something I want to get into.
You're looking for,
yeah. I know.
I got monumental heat last summer. There was like a week where like we didn't have anything to talk about on the Moose Milk podcast, so because there was like no shows on or whatever. That's usually what we talk about. And so Ryan and I decided to watch a movie that we had never seen before, and both of us had never seen Indiana Jones.
Oh, and what?
I know.
You too?
I know. And so anyway, so we watched. I'm usually pretty good, like especially comparative to like Kevin, who like has missed a lot of really good classic movies over the years. I'm pretty well versed in the majority of it, but for some reason I'd never seen Indiana Jones. So we watched it, and I was just not a fan at all, man. I could not get into it. I don't know if it's just like a lack of nostalgia. I'm not
really
sure. I'm not sure. It's not Harrison, because Harrison Ford's pretty awesome. But I don't know what it was. We both didn't really get into it. I was surprised.
Okay. After watching them, can you get on my theory that Indiana Jones is just Han Solo asleep in carbonite? Could you?
He's just dreaming it up?
Yes.
Well, we only watched the first one. So we only watched
that was it? So you didn't even try the rest?
No, because I didn't feel compelled enough to go back and watch more of them.
Oh.
So, yeah.
And you did do Raiders? That's a good question. You did? You did Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No, I did. What's the first one?
Raiders of the Lost Ark was the first one that came out.
Then that's the one I watched. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the one I watched. Yeah.
And it just didn't do it for you? Really?
Yeah, it didn't do it, man. Didn't do it. I often wonder how much nostalgia plays into that kind of stuff. Like like I think of a lot of movies that I grew up with that like I'm just obsessed with. And then
You
I
know,
think about my younger friends who are like, that is the
oh,
dumbest thing I
okay,
ever
so here it
watched.
is, right? So Boba Squadron, as we talk about this, did bring up a lot of points, right? I was there, which yes, I love doing Boba Squadron too. I mean, I do so many shows, but each one is different. And
Right.
I love
Yes,
the
very much
difference
so.
for over there. I love the camaraderie with Paul, and we
Yep.
connect a lot on different stuff because
All
of
of you
our
guys.
age and our
None of
growing
you.
up.
The thing is all four of you, none of you miss a beat. Like
Yeah. Yeah, and it's
and it's good
great.
because it's good natured ribbing, and it's like good natured ribbing at its finest. Like
Yeah.
nobody even lets somebody slip for a second. As soon as someone
It's so
slips,
true.
you can almost call it. You're like, oh yeah, Yoko's gonna get you for that one.
Yeah.
Or
it's so true. And so like that, like where they hadn't seen, Indy or anything, and Yoko's first time was 2 years ago, or the other movies that we started doing to continue the show on and
Jaws
everything.
and I was watching them with you
Alien.
because like the thing.
Today is Alien Day. Oh,
Yes,
the
that's right.
thing. Yes,
See,
the
I had never
homework
watched the thing either, and then I watched it when you guys did.
for
And
the
I was
homework.
like, man, I was like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah. So see
They're
stuff
doing
like
it.
that. Like I do try and think about the nostalgia, like where Yoko or Kevin says, "No, I wasn't into it," or then like
Yeah.
that. Everybody else did the homework, so in the chat they don't get it either. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But Indie is one for me that I too is like, no, I still like it. I don't. There's been some 80s stuff that I'm like, oh man, this was just way too silly. Like it's just, and I love this as a kid, So I get that, but that one is hard for me because I don't think so. I love how it plays till this day. I'm super excited for June.
That's the
that
new
that
one,
next
right?
one comes out. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna see if it connects with me, and if it does, I might try to go back and pick at the rest of them. So
And see, yeah. So what was it? You just weren't entertained. You just weren't.
I mean, it wasn't that I wasn't entertained. It just didn't really connect with me. I guess the thing is like you get this hype that builds up in your mind of like everyone
Indiana
talks
Jones.
about it.
I
And it's just
okay.
like, you know what I mean? And it's like I'm afterwards. I was just like, I don't know that I get it. I don't know that I get what everyone's talking about. So
I always had a pull weave. Michael didn't. I always had a pull weave, and I had to do something just to call the Nintendo line. That's definitely. Yeah. I don't think my mom would have let me do that because, like, remember what I said? Some of the crap we watched when we were kids, like RoboCop, we should not have been watching that. That does come after the fact,
but that's
right?
Of the age, because like I remember my mom used to go and like rent us like terrible movies. We go home and watch it. It's just like blood and guts and gore. And my brother and I are like 8 years old watching it, and it's like we should not be watching this.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Or when that pair of boobs popped on the screen, and it wasn't even anything of like boobs, but still, it was like because we were watching the movie, right?
Yeah,
we should not be watching the movie, but we still watch the movie like, oh. You knew, or even that, okay, if you came from a good household and if you happen to have the VCR movie on, whatever it may be, and a pair of boobs did go on the screen, you immediately, is it over? Is it over?
I mean, I didn't do that, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I had to because the whole freaking family is sitting there, right? So it's like,
there's nothing more awkward than having like a nudity scene show up while you're watching shows with your parents.
Oh yeah, it's the worst.
Awkward. Jesse, I'm sorry.
It really is. Look, he said, "Boot this man."
I know we talked about it. Well, because he was watching he jumped into that live stream when we were doing it, and I told him I think I told him afterwards. I was like, "Dude, I didn't love it," and I could sense the disappointment, and I was like, "I'm sorry, Jesser. I've let you down. I
watched Temple of Doom and I got freaked out by The Room with the Bugs. I just had it on the other day. I still get freaked out by that. And I work outside that bugs do pop up like in meter boxes and everything. And I still hate it. I still pop off a lid so fast. And maybe because of how I grew up with these movies. I do. I had one call one night of a snake in a box. And the whole way there, my stomach was hurting. Because I'm like, what the hell do you want me to do? I'm not gonna go grab it. Yeah, I am not. I parked so freaking far away from it, and I see like the lady is like trying to shine a flashlight in the box. Right, it's like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm just like, the whole way driving, my stomach is hurting. I do pull up and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, she's outside. And then it's like, she's okay. And I'm like,
yeah, I couldn't do that. I hate snakes. Snakes.
I literally got out and I'm like, oh, is it a big snake? Is it like, what do you think? She's like, I don't know. There's a snake in there. And I'm like, oh God, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go in
the
and touch it.
exterminator. I can't
Yeah,
get that
exactly.
Out for you. Yeah. If it was
So
like
then
a
I
cute
was-
hamster or something, I might, but
Bro, I was like, F it. I called animal control. I'm like, is this the animal control after hours? Yeah, this is Ernie with the city. The water.
That's funny.
I got a
the
snake.
water.
I got a
This is
snake in the box. Yeah. No, I can't say that. Can't say that. And I'm like, oh, I got a snake in the box. Can you guys come remove it? I can't seem to get it. I don't even remember what I said. I was so scared. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly for me. I would have a.
So I think, see, bringing it full circle, I think that comes back to Indiana Jones. Like, I grew up knowing.
I know that
snakes.
I know the big snake because I remember that scene from when I was a kid. I know I saw that in the past. So
Yeah,
and it always was like terrifying to me. So
it is.
Yes, I did. The thing, I loved it. It was great and it was so fun.
Yeah.
So, but then I remember you guys watched Jaws, and I remember Kevin was like not really into it as much, and I was like, oh
yeah. See,
I love Jaws. Jaws was great.
And then even too rewatching it, like, oh man, this is so cheesy. But we didn't have effects like that back in the day. So in all honesty, back in the day, that was amazing for that giant shark and everything, right? Like but I get it. It is. It just don't hit sometimes with certain things anymore.
As someone that loved music as much as you did you ever watch the movie Empire Records?
Yes. Uh-huh.
That was another one for me that, like, I feel like people who didn't have nostalgic for it would see it now and be like, this is not good. But I love it. It's like one of my favorite movies ever. Like, I love it so much.
Uh-huh. So that's one of your rewatches? Like, do you still rewatch it till this day? You love it like that?
I almost watch it every Rex Manning Day, which is like May something. I think it just passed, but
so
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, so
I don't hate Jurassic Park, Jesse. I love Jurassic Park.
It is one of those I have because I have tons of rewatches that I like. What about Ferris Bueller?
Yep, love it. Love Ferris Bueller. It's a great one.
And even too, okay, speaking of music, because I love music so much, and I know you do too. Does a movie soundtrack really add to it? Like, if the movie sucks, but God, that soundtrack is great. I will rewatch it. Do you have something like that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Empire Records, again, it's up there for soundtrack that I love the soundtrack. It's pure 90s gold. It's great. It's just great. So
see, here's Damien and Corinne talking about Porky's too. Yeah.
One.
That was and Nerds as we watched it as a kid. That's just like, it was such different times then, man.
We're getting some Empire Records love. Toy Box of Doom and Matt Logic.
Good.
Yeah, great choices.
Good.
Yeah, I love it. I love that movie so much. It's the freaking best. So good.
Yeah, Alexander. So on Boba Squadron,
Yoko assigned something.
We found out that there was some movies that Kevin and Yoko hadn't watched, and so that was homework during when there was no Star Wars stuff going on. She is kind of like a teacher though, because everybody had to do their homework, or we're going to be reprimanded. Stick out your hand. Right. So Yoko's going to hit it with the ruler. Yeah. So with that, then we were giving assignments for movies to watch. So that's cool. Like Matt said, yeah, I watched it too. Because then people were really watching it at the same time. It
was fun, man. It was fun.
You gotta check that out.
As much as I love you guys talking Star Wars, it's fun to see you guys kind of exit that zone and do something completely different. So
I love it too.
April 8th, there you go.
Because it shows that it keeps going, So there's always that stuff.
It's the best, man. And again, it just shows that it's not like so once like you guys still have that chemistry when you're talking about something completely different too, right?
Yeah, it just doesn't have to be Star Wars. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Correct.
I loved what they were doing. Like, because I was even watching it kind of before you jumped on, but then when you came on for Book of Boba Fett, I was like, man, it just adds another level to it, and it's just great. And then like all of the jokes about like you kind of being like the
prospect,
like the prospect.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then like when you came back for Bad Batch, I was like, man, this is great. You guys are a great combo. So
I appreciate that. Maybe
good.
Kevin's still on. We'll hear that and we'll hire me, and I don't have to be a prospect no more. So
let's hope. Come on, I'm gonna campaign for you.
Come on, Kev.
Fallen Fett. He needs to be a regular
That's funny.
all the time. No more prospect.
No, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hey, I'm a prospect, and I'll keep it going for as long
Take
because I
what you
like
can
that
get,
invite
right?
every week. Yes,
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
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 Is there? So
Again,
speaking of music, is there? Did you have a favorite soundtrack that you listened to back then,
yeah. I mean,
or
there's a
even still
couple.
now? Because
There's a
remember, like
few.
we had soundtracks
Yeah, soundtracks
to
were
to
the
to
best.
movies, right? Yeah.
So like again, I said it already. Empire Records is
Okay.
one of my favorite soundtracks, but another one that was like I loved was Space Jam. I love the first Space Jam soundtrack.
That was
So
good too.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Mine is
good.
probably got to be
Coolio and
yeah.
good.
An old one is Footloose, of course, because that
Footloose
was
is a good one. Yeah, yeah.
that was a good one. I had the Beat Street soundtrack.
Beavis and
Beat Street.
Butthead. I used to love the Beavis and Butthead
Beat
Do
Street.
America soundtrack too. Was really good.
That was a good one too. Yeah, I remember I had to use that for DJing. Sometimes during music in our days, right? You just can't go on and find a song.
Yeah, you had to have the
Sometimes,
actual CDs.
yes, the only song was on a soundtrack because
Yep.
they played it in a movie. Actually,
Yep.
Okay. Take for Prince. Prince really held a lot of his his songs close, like not
soundtracks?
available to put
Yeah.
out there. So Erotic City, the only way that you could find Erotic City on a CD was the movie Girls 6.
Oh,
So you
wow.
had to buy that soundtrack in order for like us DJing back in the day to play
Oh, that's
Erotic
crazy.
City on a CD. Yeah.
That,
So
again,
there's
that's
that kind of
old.
thing.
That makes you feel old too, right? Where it's like music was not at the tips of your fingers. Like
Correct? No.
it's crazy. Remember going and like searching like import like singles and
Yes.
stuff to get like B-sides and stuff. Like
Yes.
again, Blink had so many B-sides,
Yeah.
and like I was a
Yeah.
completionist. I wanted all of them, right? So
You know what my favorite for okay, and then so even on that same note of finding new music, because you had yours what you grew up with, right?
Yep.
So I mine started through my cousins of old K-Rock days, freestyle music, techno retro disco, and then I was in the party scene with house music and Chicago house and hard house and like that, and then the hip hop. So for me to keep expanding on music was do you remember the singles at the counter? They would always be on sale.
like
Somebody's
just a little
single,
individual wrapped
the
ones
cassette
and like a
single.
small,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
not cassette, but I mean I had cassettes growing up, but not at that point. I wasn't into music enough that I was like hunting out singles. It was more CDs for me.
Okay. So see, I was still because the singles were up there, cassette wise, were just a couple bucks because they were on sale. It was a promotion.
Sure.
So I took that as a okay, yeah. With this CD and this, go ahead, $3. Give me the single. I remember I found a lot through that, like, oh, what is this? And
B-sides used to mean something.
grows. Oh yeah.
Not as much anymore, but
yeah.
Usually the stuff that's a B-side is stuff that rightfully shouldn't be on an album because it's just not good enough. But yeah.
Or it was something that the company didn't want to put out themselves, but the singer themselves like really fought for it and felt, and that was like some of those B-sides where here's what the company wanted me to put out, you know, the pop radio song, but this is what I'm really about is that B-side one, like, yo, this sounds nothing like what we hear on the radio.
I know, right?
You know,
it's cool when you get that kind of stuff, and it's also sad that like the labels controlled that so much. You know?
But it was,
yeah,
but
CD
it was
singles too. Yeah, that's what I collected, Sean. But I used to get, especially like again, like Australia had so many Blink singles because Blink was pretty popular in the like late 90s in Australia. I had friends who were in Australia, and like they used to chat with them on ICQ. Remember that? Remember ICQ?
So okay, here's another one too of searching for music, DJing, and even records. So having records while DJing, you didn't get clean versions on stuff. It was always explicit and everything. Right. So trying to get money for wedding gigs or office parties or anything like that is hard until I stumbled across one time I had to buy a CD at Walmart, and when I went outside and put it in, all the cuss words were gone and it didn't even say it. And I was like, what the hell is this? When I was listening to it. And so I remember I ran inside and I was like, hey, there's no cuss words. They're like, well, Walmart is a family company and none of our music has cuss words. And I'm all,
Gasp.
oh, well, at first, but then my DJ brain was like, are you serious? Okay. Start going through all that hip hop CDs and everything and getting the Walmart versions because they were clean. There was no
Yeah, you can't have
cuss
that.
words.
No
Yeah.
censors. Come on.
It was
Come on.
it was cool. I
Yeah.
never knew about that.
Yeah, music.
RMG,
I mean, I was a
got
big
lots of vinyls.
because I've always been a collector when I wasn't collecting toys. Because I kind of have the same story as everybody else, where it's like during the time where it's like not cool to collect toys because you're not a kid anymore. I switched over to like physical media, so like CDs and singles and VHS and DVDs and that kind of stuff, right? So it's like I've always been one to like want to hunt for something. And like, yeah, there was a time in my life, my band days, where like I was hunting for CDs instead of action figures. It was trying to find everything. So
Yeah, you have to have something to fill that itch. And then Mario, the singles with the instrumentals on it.
Yeah,
this
and
way
a lot of the times live versions too. Like they would do like I mean, I don't know for everything, but like for like a lot of punk rock bands and stuff, they would do like a single, a B-side, and like 2 live songs on a CD single. And it's like, yeah,
I would do the instrumentals to do all my phone lines or my message. So either
great.
my answering machine at home. You hold it up to the speaker. Then you got to lower it. Hey, what's up? It's me, Ernie. I can't go to the phone right now, but leave a message after the beep, and maybe I'll call you back. And then you put the volume back up to the speaker, like all the time, dude. And I would probably change mine like every couple days.
Oh my
because
God.
I'm like, well, I need a new song. Yeah,
That's
I swear to God.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that voicemails are still a thing. Like, I have a voicemail for work, and my voicemail for work literally says, if you actually want me to reply to you, text me, because I will never, ever check this. Like, I might as well just say, yeah, if you're stuck in 1993, leave a message, and I'll call you back.
We used to have to pay for ringtones.
I remember that.
We used to had to do our messages like that. We had pagers to call somebody back.
Yep.
And now we constantly keep our phone on silent. And if it rings, why are you calling me? Like, so, and then it's the text message of, was it important? Did you need something?
Like, yeah, exactly. What did I miss?
Yeah, I saw it ringing, but so unfortunately though, Matt, I am one of those. I still love to talk on the phone because I talk
on the phone with certain people. Like, I have a lot, because I live in British Columbia, so I'm on the west coast of Canada, but I was originally from Windsor, Ontario, so I bordered Detroit, Michigan. Like, I was border city. And like, a lot of my friends still live in Ontario, so like I have a couple friends who like are not big techie, like they don't really like to text and stuff like that. So like I have a couple of my best friends, like from my best friend group back home, that like I still chat with on the phone, like phone call wise. And like in BC, it's very much similar to California, where like, you know, commutes are usually long, traffic's never great, and like you spend a lot of time in the car driving. So like, you know, I use that time to catch up with like my mom and my friends back home. So I do still chat on the phone with some people, but oh my God, I remember that too, D Blake. Oh my goodness. Crazy. You get the little DJ intro and then the song plays, and
and just wait for their voice to stop.
Yeah.
And it always pissed you off when they would come back and say something.
Yeah.
All right, tonight here it is, you know, the new one by Too Short. Go and check it out here on the Fallen Fett Chronicles. And you'd hit right now, play record, because you think the song is coming.
Yep.
It's a great night tonight. Don't forget to tell your friends, turn it up. And you're like, oh,
damn.
Yeah. Stop, rewind, do it again. Yeah. When you couldn't buy the singles.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how you got them back in the day, man. That's how you got them. Took me 7 times to get it timed just right. That's the best. I love it. I love it.
It is
so funny.
Oh
I will say that's the part I like about technology, is like, it's nice to be able to connect people, and even to be able to do stuff like this. And like, you know, as much as there's certain things about technology I don't love, there's a lot of it that I do love. And yeah, It's nice to have music at your fingertips.
It's oh man, what like Cheney gets makes fun of me because sometimes I hate it though, because like literally next to me right now I have 5 hard drives full of music.
Music, yeah, I have
Full
that
of
too.
music.
Not that many, but I definitely
That I
have a
literally
few.
just asked the kids right now, can I put my music on my phone? Because I hate paying. I don't know if I can do that or not. I can't, man. I don't know. Because I hate paying for music.
You
Like
can,
these
for the record.
streams. You know what I'm saying? And like Cheney was laughing because I was asking, was it on the show or was it on the chat? I'm like, who has an extra Spotify account? Because I need my music back. Because I was using my friends for
Right?
like the longest time. He had a family one, and then I was just using his, and I had so many playlists that for work. I'm
Right.
that guy of depending on the day that it is.
Yep.
Oh God, are you serious? And I have to go and just hit it, and then it can get me into a better mood. Like that's how much music I'm into. And one day I went to log in and it was gone, and I was like, "What the hell? What's going
sad.
on? What happened?"
That's
Yeah.
sad.
And then
I'm one of those
he was
people
like,
too.
"Oh, I think my mom took it or something like that." And I was like, "Okay, so you're gonna get another one?"
Yeah. So you're gonna just kick her off and give me
Yeah.
that permission back, or what's going on?
What's
with
going on? And so
Yeah.
I hate when you have to do another payment plan for my music when I'm like I said, I got 5 hard drives of it sitting right here. Come on.
Well, we always laugh because when my wife and I sit down to watch TV or like a movie or something, we'll like look at like if it's not on any of the streamers, we'll rent it, and I'm just like, I don't know why we rent it. I literally have like 700 DVDs in a book over there. Like, why don't I just grab it from there? But it's like, nah, it's too much work. Just pay for it to rent it.
See,
So
I got tons of movies too
Yeah,
on
me too.
a hard drive that I go
Yep.
through.
Yeah.
I modded even before it was a thing of streaming and everything. I modded one of my Xboxes to be my
just like a
movie
jukebox
player.
kind of thing? Oh,
No,
cool.
to be
That's
my
a great
movie
idea.
player. So I have tons of all my favorite movies, anything that I have ever watched. Like if the apocalypse ever hits, I'm set
You're
up
good.
for I'm good for movies, TV shows, and music.
That's
Like
great.
that will be my barter in order to trade somebody for food or something.
I have
like
physical media.
yeah.
Well, I guess it's not physical because it's on that, but you don't need the internet.
I can give you a copy of Gilligan's Island. Can I
go.
get some bread
You're
or
all
something?
set. Yeah, I'll trade you.
Yeah, for sure.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that. That's great. I'm a big like serial watcher. Like I watch the same thing a bunch. Like even with like the toy shows and stuff. Like a lot of the times,
Yeah.
again because like for me like when I'm working on figures and stuff like that, like I don't get to absorb everything. So it's like even though I'm watching it, I might only absorb like 60% of it. So oftentimes I'll watch everything twice or like 3 times.
Okay.
Because again, like I spend a lot of time, like I pretty much customize every single night for at least a few hours. So like I constantly have things playing, right?
Something playing.
Just,
yeah.
So it's like, sometimes I'll have to watch Toy Migos 2 or 3 times just so I can get it all, like
get everything in.
Get it all, right? So
yeah, I totally get it.
It happens. And it's like the same with music and podcasts too, right? Like, and again, like having them as podcast options is great because if I'm not sitting at a desk being able to watch it, then I can just put it on headphones and listen to it that way instead. But yeah, it's good.
See, and that's something too, where like me and Corinne are different because I'm a constant have something on person.
Yeah.
And I've seen it 100 times from cartoons to movies.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Whatever it doesn't,
right?
like I have to have, so like I walk in the bedroom, I have to turn on the TV and pick something and have it on. And yeah, I'm not watching it, but I still know
it's
what
like
it
a
is.
comfort. It's a comfort.
It
so
is
is Corinne,
me.
does Corinne like to be, because I know like my wife, she'll be like, do you ever not have something like, or like an earphone, right? Like I always have an earphone in and it's just like, and she's like, do you ever not have something playing? And I'm like, no, like I always have something. I like to have something on. I like to have something to listen to or to laugh at.
Or like that too. Yeah. She's like, I don't watch TV. Like I only started watching TV because you did. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well then here's a show. Check out this one. Yeah, like that. But I have to have it on to where now it's that of Goonies again. Yep. here comes Mikey right now, and
Those
I'll do the whole.
familiarities, man.
Yeah, it's everything. Or
Yep.
going to bed at night and Transformers is on in the background, the old cartoons, and just
Sure.
and I'll be laying there on the phone talking with somebody or checking something out, but still stopping at the moment of just Soundwave got him. And
well, that's the cool thing about it, though, is like it's so familiar. You can just get little like nuggets. You know what I mean? It's like just little bits are enough to kind of like satisfy what you're looking for. Is like that's why I like the toy talks. That's why I like stand-up comedy is another thing that I often will put on in the background because I'm just like I don't need to pay attention. I can kind of just jump in and kind of catch a little bit and get a little chuckle, and then I can kind of go back to what I'm doing. Right. So.
Yeah.
But I'm sleeping. My God, so loud. That's so funny.
I have a problem sleeping. So see, again, I have to have comfort, something on. I try to have it low, but it has to be loud because I also have 5 fans going.
That was one of the things that I had to learn to go without. Because like for my whole life, I always put music on before I went to bed, and I'd fall asleep to music. And then once I moved in, like with my wife, or I guess my girlfriend at the time, she was like, "No." nah, we're not doing this. Not every. It's
not happening.
Nah. Yeah. So like now when she's away, like she like will go and spend like a week at her parents or whatever and hang out with her. So like the weeks that she's away, every night I'm like music or TV, something's on for me to fall asleep to because I fall asleep way easier when I'm trying to watch something than when I'm trying to fall asleep. So
yeah, I love it. Well, that's very cool, man. Well. We flew that for the last 2 hours really fast.
So fast.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I have to hop on over to Sarlacc right now and do some Star Wars talk. But please let everybody know from the replay crew, the new people here, Federation, thank you so much for being here tonight, man. We had over 30 strong all night, and everybody was chatting it up about everything different, and that's always what I love, and it keeps us going. So... No, I don't hate mini disc. I wasn't part of the mini disc gang. I was too.
I missed that craze.
So the mini disc, I think that you guys keep talking about, were the old like toy ones, right? Weren't they like little squares or something? Almost like toyetic like.
I think aren't they like literally like little like miniature CDs? They're like the size of like the inside. I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, and I thought they were talking about like those toy ones where like it was one song and you played it in the thing.
Oh, see, maybe that is what they're talking about.
I didn't even have any idea.
Oh, you're right. D Blake says they're like SD cards
of what a mini disc is. No, mini CDs.
Oh, mini CDs.
I didn't know mini discs. Not even DJing or anything.
Yeah,
mine was full CDs and everything.
I'm always like a late adapter.
So I saw everybody, and that's exactly what I was thinking was, what's a mini disc? I don't know.
I'm so confused.
Yeah. Everybody was talking about all different stuff. Yeah. I don't know what a mini disc is, but I will look it up for sure now. But again, thank you so much, Matt. Man,
thank you for having me.
I love always going through your page, you guys. He's on Instagram, Customs by Matt Chu. He does amazing stuff.
YouTube as well. Love to get those numbers up. I'm not really doing much there, but I will be back May 17th, 9 p.m. on Wednesdays. Whip Wednesday Live. Yeah, I'm excited to get back to it.
Whip Wednesday Live. And then you also have the other show too with your friend.
Moose Milk Media Podcast is Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Pacific time. It's late. My buddy works midnight, so we do it late. But yeah, we always love to have people pop by there as well. Again, they're not big audiences, but it's fun. Whoever pops in, it's always a good chat. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We got to do this again.
Yes.
I greatly appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Remember, guys, it's West Coast.
West Side.
Okay? That's who we have on this one. All right, guys, I will see you next week. Stay tuned right now. The link is right below. I'm going to hop on Sarlacc Digest right now. Go check it out. I will see you guys soon. And tomorrow for the big announcement on They're Not Dolls. All right?
Can't wait.
See you later.
Thanks, Ernie.
Wow, that was fine. Thank you, man. I greatly appreciate it. All right, guys.
Peace.
Later.